everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of May 23rd. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tarot readings. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot with Obsidian, the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Red Jasper, and the Tarot de Marseille with Tiger's Eye. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks, so go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. Pick one of each, and you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. To jump straight to your reading, the timestamps are in the description below. Don't forget to check out your oracle card. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Okay, Group 1, this is the last complete week of May. Let's see what we have for you. Oh. And this card will be at the bottom of your deck. We'll take a look at that later. So we have the Knight of Wands reversed and the Nine of Swords. So I suspect there might potentially be a link that, undue stress might be interfering with your ability to take your will and bring it out into the world, but we're 2 cards into a 5-card reading, so maybe I'm jumping the gun. Okay, maybe what is causing this stress is the speed at which things are going. Maybe things are going a little too quickly for you, and that's what's causing this stress. I don't like the word moving on to calmer shores with this card just because everyone says it. It's technically true. It's just that part of what inspires that saying for so many people for this card is that the waters are agitated on this side of the boat and they're calm on this side. It's unclear to me that we're necessarily moving towards the calmer water, although it's strongly implied by the camera angle, but it is possible. Like the whole point of this card, as far as I'm concerned, is to navigate between the stability of these waters and the instability of these waters, and to kind of cut through that. And sometimes we need a little help to do that. Let's reveal the middle card. Oh, well, I guess this is for you for this week, Group 1. It's about finding a way to integrate this new idea or opportunity or way or new beginning or new direction into the current. Well, since this is an Ace of Swords, this suggests to me that this is in the realm of thoughts and words. So maybe like when a new thing, you want to integrate it into your mental model, it doesn't take, how could I say this? Sometimes it takes longer than we would like. I would like to point out that this is the only reverse card in your entire reading, including the bottom of your deck. So I think that the fact that this idea, you're not taking, either it's thrown at you faster than you were expecting and you weren't really prepared for this while you were navigating the waters that you are navigating here. I'm also now noticing that you have 3 out of 5 cards that are air, swords, and thoughts and words are very quick, and even though, holy shit, I just realized the other 2 cards are fire, so this is an entirely like masculine or yang reading. You have 3 air and 2 fire. The only water here is at the bottom of your deck with the Knight of Cups, and even he's the airy part of water. So I just want to try to finish what I was starting to say before noticing these things. It's like whatever this idea or the Ace of Swords, whatever this represents for you, Group 1, it's like it's either it is coming at you too quickly while you are in the process of doing something, and that is what's causing you this anxiety, or you feel a pressure to integrate it into what you're doing now. And since that process is taking longer than you would like, that's what's causing you this stress. But one thing is for sure, I'm not really worried about this Knight of Swords. This Knight of Wands reversed. This is, and it's funny too because on TikTok where I do a lot of daily readings, the week that I recorded this film because I'm a couple weeks ahead. The theme of pace yourself had been coming up over and over again, and I think that for this reading it is a fitting for you because we have this Eight of Wands here, which is about neck breaking speed, and again, I don't know the causal relationship between the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Either this idea is coming out of the blue like that, or you're putting pressure on yourself to integrate it into your mental models faster than is currently taking right now. But the message to pace yourself is it still holds no matter what the relationship between these two cards is. I will now talk about the Knight of Cups here. This to me is it's saying like if your intentions are noble, if you're coming from the right place, you can do no wrong within the context of this week. So don't stress it out. I think that given everything else in this reading, this Nine of Swords is not justified. I can understand how when you put pressure on yourself to make things happen very quickly, or you feel like you're being swept away by a tidal wave and things are going a little too fast for you, I can totally understand how this can cause stress. I just want to remind you that you have the ability, your way of seeing and communicating with the world is complete enough that you don't need to worry too much about this Ace of Swords. I would take the opportunity. That's not what I'm saying, but this is still a Knight of Wands. So as far as taking your will and bringing it out into the world, I wouldn't worry too much that it's happening fast, that it's not happening as fast as you would like. I feel like I'm looping right now, so I will just remind you that your heart is in the right place. And if you doubt that, I would examine that and make sure that your heart is in the right place. Because if your heart is in the right place and your actions have good intent behind them, then the speed with which you work things out throughout the week doesn't matter as much, and you can sleep easy at night, so to speak. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I will invite you to use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. All right, group 2, let's see what we got for you, closing off the month of May. So we got the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Cups reversed. So the reversed aspect of this Five of Cups can mean too many different things. I don't have enough information, but this, I'm getting the vibe of slow and steady progress from this Knight of Coins. And we have the, two court cards in the Cups realm. So, and it's the two passive ones at that, by which I mean Water of Water and Earth of Water. So, this is difficult for me to interpret, so I'll just take out the last card here. All right, let me just make sure this is nicely framed for you. This should be nice. All right, give me a second. This reading is all water and earth, too. So I wouldn't, as far as this week is concerned, I think that whatever progress that you make towards your goals for this week will either be internal or not happen as fast as like this is a week to organize and stabilize, and it might involve walking away from something. Walk away for the Eight of Cups is kind of a meme. The picture on this card is literally walking away from these Eight Cups. In many interpretations say that he's leaving to go get that ninth cup. But regardless of that, mostly court cards, including the bottom of your deck, and yeah, it's all water and earth. Give me a second to absorb this to see what I can get for you, Group 2. Whatever this emotional advancement represents for you, Group 2, I have a feeling that there is a lot of processing involved. And I don't know if this is before or after. It almost feels to me like this departure involves coming to terms with how whatever you want to do might not be, how can I say this? It's kind of like growing pains where, when we're children, we think we're going to be astronauts and architects. And obviously, most of us do, but some of us do. But compared to the children who say they want to be an astronaut or an architect, very few of us actually end up becoming that. And I think that what I'm alluding to might not be that extreme in your case, Group 2, but I can feel that the heartbreak and disappointment of realizing that, the work to be done needs a lot more energy, and it might not happen that fast. I think that is a major issue in this cross here. I would recommend to really be kind to yourself. There's speaking of being kind to oneself, I just want to point this out. I've recently come across some material that is impacting my relationship with the tarot in general, and specifically with court cards. Remember how traditionally on this channel, I tend to interpret court cards as aspects of yourself. I'm much less. I'm trying to let go of that bias. And now that I see, including the bottom of your deck, we have 4 court cards, and I'm trying to figure out, which one is you, which one is another person, which one might be different aspects of the same person, and if any of that matters. So that is the challenge that I'm facing right now in reading this cross. But one thing is for sure, it's almost as if the dreams, dreams coming from this Page of Cups here, it's almost as if a dream that has to be grounded down, and this too, a dream that has to be grounded down, and the deflation of it is causing disappointment. And I would recommend, whatever this Queen of Cups energy represents for you, whether it's an aspect of yourself or if it's someone in your network, I would lean into this, because this Queen of Cups energy can be a major asset in processing this and making sure that, wherever you go emotionally, that you actually do find that ninth cup and to get your wish, because just because the thing that you want to do isn't as feasible as you initially thought it would be when you first thought it out, doesn't mean that you can't come really close to that. And, if I'm trying to think of a metaphor here. It's difficult. Okay, let's say speaking of childhood dreams, let's say that I say I want to be an architect when I'm a kid. And instead of being an architect, I become like an interior designer. There's a lot of value in being an interior designer, right? And to see the bright side of that is I think the key to seeing the bright side of that rests in this Queen of Cups energy. Again, this might be an aspect of you that you're being encouraged to tap into. This might be someone in your network, a very soothing, emotionally nurturing person. And yeah, that is the key to this. One thing is for sure. In order to manifest the dream of this Page of Cups here, and bring it to fruition, just because now I'm interpreting the reversal of the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles here as a delay, and this plays into what I've been saying here. So yeah, it's the sooner you realize that just because you couldn't be an architect and you have to settle for being an interior designer, that that's not necessarily a bad thing. And the sooner you can see the value in, being an interior designer and taking it seriously and just becoming as competent as you can be in that craft. I'm really leaning into this metaphor here. The better it will be for you and the people that you can serve. No matter what interior design and architecture represents for you in the context of this week, group two, I think that to really tap into that and to, you know, oh, Jesus Christ. This is such a cliche argument. Sorry, this is such a cliche phrase that I almost feel cheesy saying it. But you know that cliche of whenever a door closes, a window opens, or something like that. This is an angle or a way of looking at things for this week that I would encourage you to tap into. And whomever this Queen of Cups is, whether it's you or someone close to you, I would encourage you to get that, because I think, for lack of a better term, some emotional draining, draining as in, clearing what is not wanted and to like just release it would be very good for you. I mean, there's the only non-water card in your cross is the Knight of Coins here. So this is a lot of emotional processing. So I would encourage you to lean into this Queen of Cups. This might be like the 20th time I've said this in this cross. So I will pull a clarification card for you, just in case. Yeah. It's the silver lining in this Three of Swords here is that the flourishing into the direction that you end up going will, and these two cards have a very similar vibe here. But the nice thing about having this Three of Swords as an additional card for this reading, is that this is an appeal to be creative in how you think about and look at the world. Your quest to find the ninth cup and to actually get what you want will require some creativity and some emotional processing. And that is fine. I will not say the thing that I've been saying 50 million times in this cross once again, but I'm pointing at it. So yeah, I thank you for watching. I will invite you to use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. All right, group three. Let's see what we got for you. All right. Ooh, the world and four of coins. So, you know, major accomplishment or protection and stability. So maybe the stability of the four of coins is tapping into more the protection aspect of the world. But we will see what the rest of this reading gives, and we have two eights here. So a lot of moving forward after success, after gaining the confidence from that success. Let's see what the final card in the reading is. Okay. Okay, so you, group three, have a choice to make. And, well, we'll have choices to make this week, actually. And you have three eights in your reading if we count the bottom of your deck here. So, for those of you who are into that stuff, you like it's not my reflex to bring this up, so, which is why I'm being so clunky saying it. But you might want to look up 888 or the meaning of the number 8 and things like that, because it's coming a lot in your cross here. But that being said, it's like I'm reminded of that tyrant from antiquity. It's either Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan. The story that like he cried because there was nothing left to conquer. I think that moving on from this accomplishment, and I mean moving on because of these eights here, is I might have invoked that saying in error, but it's almost as if like you're on top of the world, and you are looking for what's next. Yeah, what's next, which is coming to me from this Two of Wands here. What I would tell you, group three, is to be bold. I think that whether this accomplishment is behind you or in front of you, I think that boldness is the key for you to unlock the fruits that this week has for you, and whatever choices that you have to make. To ask yourself, like, what will move me forward the most? And often, and I know this is the case for me, the thing that will move you forward the most is the scariest option. And I would invite you to lean into that and to really not be afraid of the forks in the road where one path is nice and sunny, and the other path looks like it's going through this black forest where there are all these glow in the dark eyes looking back at you. I would remind you that you are well placed to navigate that dark forest. I wanted to say well protected, but I'm not sure what the wreath symbolizes really in the context of this reading. I mean, so I think that yeah, whatever you want to accomplish for this week, I would invite you to just not be shy. I feel like I have given a very similar reading before, like a week or two ago, with the Marseille deck. And the Four of Coins was definitely in that reading. So here's the deal: you might be in a position to get a double win, and to turn this win, assuming that it's behind you, to turn this win into another win, because 8 is just 2 cards away from the 10. And if you make wise and bold choices, that can that would be beneficial for you. And now I'm realizing that the stability represented by the Four of Coins here might be a reason why it looks so scary. Because once humans in general, they like things being the same. They don't like when things change too rapidly. And I think that that might be what would make the safer, sunnier option in the fork in the road that I alluded to earlier seem appealing. And it's fine if you end up choosing that. I would just invite you to consider the opportunity cost. You know, if you stay with the stable thing that you have and that you're used to, the lack of trouble, so to speak, might be, you know, relaxing and calming. And hey, maybe that's what you need. But to really turn these eights into tens would involve change. And I understand how that can be scary, but I would invite you to consider that in the choices that you have to make for this week. Do I have anything else? No, I think I have read these cards to death. So I will invite you to please stay tuned, Group 3, for your Oracle card reading, which is coming up right now. All right. I usually put these too high in the frame. That should be good. Excellent. So, Group A, your card is Enthusiasm. Yes, this is I Ching hexagram number 16. And the keywords are self-expression, inspiring others, self-confidence, totality, success, sharing, a positive response. Listen, if you are having any doubts as far as what to do this week, I would take this card as an omen to, be bold and be daring. You have the wind at your back, or at least this is what this card suggests. It might involve needing to relax a little, because some of the readings that I gave had this energy of hesitation or not being as confident as you should be. And I would invite you to, what was the word in here? It was self-confidence and inspiring others. For some of you, that might mean to get inspiration from another. You probably know who you are that I just said that for. So this is a good omen. Be confident. That might involve having to relax into your highest self, but this is a great omen for this week. Group B, your card is Trine, Sextile, Symbiosis. Let me just show it to you here. So here's the thing with trines. A trine in astrology is when two celestial bodies make a 120-degree angle with each other. And they're like, take an equilateral triangle. The one side of that triangle represents the kind of energy that a trine is. And a sextile is half of that. It's kind of a weaker version of that. But this is the phrase that's coming to mind for you, Group B, is to get by with a little help from your friends. It might be an invitation to be that support for another. It might be an invitation to get that support from another. But one thing is for sure, the trine in astrology is probably like the one of the most positive aspects that two planets can make with each other. So take that as an omen to seek harmonious relationships, seek opportunities to collaborate with people in positive and productive ways. There's a lot of opportunity for win-win situations here. And I would invite you to look out for them because they are there, according to this card. Group C, your card is Ghost. So this, I'm always amused by the fact that this deck, the Prism Oracle, is the only deck that I actually read the entire manual for. So this is an indicator that you might be looking to the past with unease. It's kind of like you're being haunted by old thought patterns, by old behavior patterns, maybe by another person. It's hard to tell with this deck and this reading and the 3 tarot card readings that I just gave. But one thing is for sure, assuming that we're talking about old ways of seeing, old ways of behaving, old ways of talking, to just remember that what's in the past is in the past, and it can't affect you now unless you let it. So this might be an invitation to turn your back on things that have been less than ideal for you in the past, things that you have done, things that have been done for you, and to really turn your back on that and to move forward into the future and to turn a new page to exorcise these ghosts. Group D, your card is publicity. This is Jupiter in Leo. What a combination. Anyway, I was going to do some astrology geeking and I might have been wrong. So let me just read this card here. I would take this as an invitation to put yourself out there more. Leos in general, Leo is an energy of, taking center stage, but not in the selfish way. Leos get a bad rap for that. They're there to help, and they can't help the fact that they're in the center of the stage in order to help people. The ruler of Leo is the sun, and the sun is literally the center of our solar system, So Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion, of the big, is an invitation for you to really step into that role and to maybe expand it. If there are people that you want to connect to that you haven't yet, this is definitely a green light to do that with these people. I think that given the readings that I just gave, none of y'all have any reason to feel a lack of self-confidence. And for others, this might be an invitation to just be graceful when other people are saying good things about you. It's sometimes hard to take compliments, but if that describes you, it's an invitation to really bask in that, and that if people give you praise, that might summon some ghosts of imposter syndrome, of not being worthy of it. And this card, this is literally an angel pointing to the stars. Let me get it closer to you so that you can take another look at it. So if being center stage brings you a feeling of imposter syndrome and who am I to take the center stage and help these people, I would take this card as a sign that you absolutely are worthy of the attention that you're getting and that you can really do good with it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. You have yourself a great week. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.